I'm very excited to come your way again today. And today we are going to share with you how we migrated to the US and also to give you some tips on how you can migrate to the US legally. Stay tuned. Welcome back. On this channel, we are learning, we are growing, and we are having fun together. And as we mentioned earlier on, we are going to share our migration to the US journey with you, and also to let you know how you can come to the US legally. So there are several ways that people can migrate to the US, right? There are several opportunities, there are several avenues, but we're going to use our life experiences to talk to you about 3 ways of migrating to the US. And to begin with, we want to share with you the visit visa, right? Coming to the US through a visit visa, and that's the B1, B2 category of visa. And so if you have a family that lives in the United States, that person can invite you over, and you can use that to apply for your visa interview back home. And
it's not just friends, not just family, but
friends as well. Yeah, so people that you know, people that you have any connection with. And one thing to know regarding going for an interview is that there's no sure proof of whether getting it or not. You may have the right documentation, you may have the right things, however they can decide to bounce you just because they just do what they want to do. So it's just about doing what you can and trusting God and just believing that everything can work out. But we've realized that if you have a travel experience, right, if you have traveled to another country before, it's able to give you some kind of credibility, it's able to give you some kind of advantage over other people. And when you are going for the visa interview, what the consulate are looking for is your intent to return back to your home country, right? And so they are looking at, number 1, do you have strong ties to your home country? And how do you establish these ties? You establish it by
having a job,
having a secure job, having a family, having like a business, something to show that you will definitely come back to your home country. Because for them, you have to prove to them that you are not going to overstay. You are not going to come to the United States and not go back. So you have to find a way of proving to them. So establishing that family tie, and as I said, try to have some kind of travel experience, even if it's going to Togo or going to China. At least it shows them that your intent of coming is not just to overstay, but you will definitely be going and then coming back. And for me, I used the B1, B2 route to come to the United States for the very first time. And I was a student back in London doing my master's, and I think just like 3 or 4 months into it, I applied for the visit visa. My sister invited me, and that was when I had the chance to meet my wife. I would say my then fiancée or my then girlfriend, because we had separated for a very long time. So once I go to London, we had that information that obviously if you're a student, it gives you an upper edge. So I would encourage you that if you're a student in an overseas country, especially if you're on a scholarship, just try it. And as I said, if you go and they bounce you, try again. Because I know that during that time, that was back in like 2014, 2015, some people applied for it in December of 2014, but majority of them were bounced. Maybe they thought that it was too early because you had just come to the country in October, and then 3 months you want to travel. You're like, is this person really here for? But I applied in January, and the plan was for me to.
It wasn't in January. It was when I came to visit you. It was in March. So I went to the UK to visit, and that was the same time when he had applied, and we went to the embassy together. So it was in March of 2015.
Oh yeah. So it was in March. So some people applied in December, January, and then they my memory was failing me. But thank you. So it was in March, and the plan was that I was going to come visit for the summer holidays, right? That was like around May. So if you are in a foreign country studying, you have any family or friend, just try it, and it doesn't hurt. They can give you like 5 years, which you can use to coming multiple times. So that's the B1, B2 category. So the B1 is the visit side of it, coming to visit for pleasure, or for like medical reasons, coming to seek for like healthcare. And the B2 side of it is for business purposes. So you are coming for conference and all that. So if you are in Ghana, you have your own business, you are working in any industry or any field, just search on the web, online for conferences that align with whatever you are doing now. And we know people that have tried it and it worked for them. So if you are looking for ways to migrate to the United States, this is one avenue, this is one opportunity that you can utilize. So B1, B2 visa category.
Yeah. And the other route for me, I came through the DV lottery. So that is what most people know as the American lottery. So that offers you the opportunity to come into the US right with a green card. So you are coming in, you have your permanent stay, you are coming to work, and you can go back and forth without having to go in for multiple interviews. So that is the route I use, by God's grace. So that was after I had completed UCC in 2012, the same year as when I won the DV lottery, and then came in 2013. The one thing you have to know about the DV lottery is there are people who would want to do it for you, and then at the end of the day, if you won, they find a way to get money from you.
There's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, but the DV lottery is free. It's once a year application. Around October, November is when they open it. You can go in, submit your application. The following year, around May, is when they release the results. And then hopefully you win. But if not, you keep doing it. Keep doing it. And then one day you will win if that is the way God wants it for you. So that was the route I used, and I came in, and everything has been great since.
So with that, I mean, as you said, it's not about just doing it one time and that's it, because in Rita's case, it was just God's own divine intervention, because
we'll talk about it.
I mean, she did not even know that she had applied for, but back on campuses back in Ghana, people go around like, hey, do you want to go? There are like agencies that apply for it, and then she had done it like so many years ago, maybe like 3 years prior to when she had actually won. And then she won, and they called, and it was a whole
it's like a miracle.
A whole miracle. And how she even won, and the whole story. Would do another video to talk to you about some of the things to look out for if you are dealing with some of these agencies. But also know that in the past, people can just have your information one time and they keep doing it for you,
and that may hurt you.
That may hurt you, because we know people that they disqualify them just because they said, oh, your picture was too old and all that. But now you have to have your passport information in there. So you need to get a passport and include that passport information. So I mean, we encourage you to do it by yourself. I mean, we are willing to help you apply for it. So use the comment section below if you are interested, and whenever the time is due in October or November, we'll get in touch and then we'll do it for you. So just keep applying.
And I would say, if you don't have a passport, this is the good time to start it, because the application opens October, November. So between now and then, just make sure you have your passport ready. If you don't have one, go ahead, apply for a passport. If it's expiring, go ahead and renew it, so that when the time comes around, you are not found wanting, because it's a once a year opportunity to send in your application and hopefully win.
And you never know which of the years that you are going to win, and it's a lottery system. So
random. One bonus step that will give you also is the student visa. So we know a lot of people who came to the United States through the student visa. That is the F1 visa. So basically they apply for a bachelor's program, a master's program, a PhD, go in for the interview. Most of them come in on scholarship also, and we have a few who come in to pay their own fees. So that is one
that can be quite expensive.
Oh, it is expensive. So that is one route you can take advantage of if you want to come to the United States and gain education and hopefully be able to find a path to becoming legal to stay here. So if you haven't considered that, look into it. Let us know if you're needing any help. We are happy to support. But student visas are one easy way to
get. There are a lot of schools or colleges in the United States, and most of them offer what we call graduate student assistantship. So look out for those ones and don't target the big schools, right? You've heard about the Ivy League schools. Their acceptance rate is minimal. Look for what we call HBCU. That is historically black colleges and universities. Those schools are schools that have a higher acceptance rate of people from minority groups. So just look out for those schools and don't just focus on applying to a big school and a school with a name, because obviously we know that the degrees doesn't really change the whole thing. Everything that is just about your passion, your commitment, your dedication, and what you are going to do with your degree. Someone can have a degree from Harvard, and though it is a recognized degree,
school.
A recognized school might not have access to any job opportunity. So just look out for some of these opportunities. And the good thing about the United States is that once you come here as a student, after you are done, they have what we call OPT. That can give you a year
to 3
years to stay and work after you graduate from your master's program, your bachelor's degree, or even your PhD. So if you are new on this channel, we would strongly encourage you to please consider subscribing to this channel if you are enjoying our content. We are here to learn, grow, and have fun together, and the more we have people subscribing, people commenting, that is how this video can reach so many people. So we would encourage you to please consider subscribing. And to cap it all, the last opportunity that we are familiar with, that we know that you can use to come to the United States, is through spouse sponsored green card, right? So
or family sponsored,
right? So if you have a family here, if you have a partner or a spouse who is in the United States, that can be a way for you to come. But you need to know that if your partner or spouse is not a citizen and is only on a green card or is a legal permanent resident, then the process might take a little bit of time, maybe 2 years or 3 years waiting. That is if it's a spouse or partner. But if it's a family member, maybe your mom, maybe that one can be
it can even go it could go
3
quicker.
plus years if it's your mom. If it's a parent, if you have your child here, and then you're in the United States who is sponsoring the parent back home. It's going to take longer, right? And if it's a sibling, that one might take even longer. So people might say, why is it that my sister or my brother is not sponsoring me? That's because it will take longer. And once you put in that sponsorship letter, that means you cannot travel. Right?
You could have difficulty
applying for a visa, because they know you're already in the system that someone is applying for you. So once you go, as I said, you need to establish the intent that you are going to come back. So if it's already in the system that someone is filing on your behalf, then obviously there's no way that they are going to approve you for it. So if your partner is here, you are back home, that can be the way time. Alternatively, if you have the opportunity to come in through a B1, B2 visa or a student visa, then you can change your status. And that one goes quicker than if you are, back home.
We hope this video was very insightful for you. If you haven't yet considered subscribing, we hope you have watched some of our videos, and at this point you are able to make a decision whether to subscribe and follow us and enjoy more of the amazing content that we have coming your way in many videos to come. until we see you next time, please know that God needs to be at the center of everything that you do, because He is the one that is able to grant you power to succeed in this world. It's bye for now.